Good morning and welcome to the show. I have a special guest here today in the way of Lisa Spoon. And Lisa is from A Taste of Panama City Food Tours. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What exactly is a food tour?
Well, a food tour is I take you to different places and you try samples of food and I talk about the area, you get a little bit of history. 3 hours of history, food, and fun.
So if you're like a foodie or a tourist, we call you and you bring us around.
Absolutely, absolutely. I take you to different restaurants. I have one on Harrison Avenue and I have one on Beck Avenue. The Harrison Avenue one, we go into Trigo and Millie's, Bayou Joe's, Willow's, Avenue C, and then I also talk about the area, the history of the area. It's a lot of fun.
So it's kind of, you learn about the local area and maybe a little bit of history of the area.
Yep.
And you actually
and you get lots of food, and it's a good time.
It's all about the food.
Yeah.
And these are some of the places that you go. I see you got some
Absolutely.
menus and things like that.
Yep.
And I'm familiar with a few of these places.
Yeah, and then on Beck Avenue, we go to Shama Vida, we go to Captain's Table, Little Village and Finn's, and the food tours tend to change as restaurants open and close and different things happen. They tend to move around a little bit.
It's kind of seasonal, I would imagine. You know, you would
I do
move
it
around.
year-round, but it does tend to change depending on what's going on in the area.
And what gave you the idea to have a food tour?
Well, I've been on many. I've been to New York City and been on many. I've been on them in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and she became my mentor and taught me how to do everything you needed to do.
A lady from Hilton Head? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
So,
Alice told me what I needed to do because there's a lot of things behind the scene that you wouldn't know.
Well, sure. I would imagine there's a lot of logistical preparations that go into taking a group. Now, how large is the groups that you take around?
Minimum 2, maximum 12. I will do a special tour on Saturdays only if I have 6 people because Panama City Publishing Company stays open just for us. And they need to get a volunteer in there, and I feel we need at least 6 people.
And that's one of your regular stops?
That is one of my regular stops.
And I've been in
yes.
that. It's really kind of a cool
John
place.
is great. He's
Sure, I've had him on the show.
Oh yeah.
So, so is it? Are they tourists, or is it just a special occasion? Is it something you do on an anniversary? Who takes food
it seems
tours?
like locally it's people who are doing something special. I just had a girl and her mom on a food tour for the birthday, and they're going to do the next food tour on Beck Avenue for her birthday. She was like, that's what I want my mom to give me is another tour. And mostly it's tourists. It is mostly people who are visiting. But you know, the tour before that were 6 women from all over the country, and they were on a cousins food tour, and they said they had no idea. They've been coming to Panama City Beach. They had no idea there was a downtown Panama City.
Isn't that something?
So that's really nice to bring people
nice.
downtown.
So your little food tour is making the tourists discover the downtown area that we all know about for a long time. We got to run off to a break, and I'm here with Lisa Spoons from A Taste of Panama City Food Tours, and isn't that ironic that her name is Spoon and she does a food tour? It's amazing. Anyway, we'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Lisa Spoon from A Taste of Panama City Food Tour. I love it. Lisa Spoon.
Absolutely.
That's a great name for somebody who gives food tours.
Yes, and if we just hyphenate it from Sweet Spoon, we'd be all set.
That's right. Your maiden name was Sweet.
Yes.
Which is just ironical. Anyway, that's great. Lisa Sweet Spoon. That's great stuff. So you've been doing this for how long now?
I started about a year ago, but honestly, until I went into a local magazine, I hadn't been doing anything. My first actual booked tour that was paid for was New Year's Eve. So it's only been a short period of time, and it's really starting to take off. Yeah.
So it's going pretty good.
It is going pretty good.
Now, how do people find you? I mean, how do we?
You just go to my website, Panama City, A Taste of Panama City Food Tours. If you Google me, you'll get my Yelp reviews, my Facebook. You can. I'm.
So you're on Facebook, and we could just look for a Taste of Panama City.
Yes.
And boom, you'll pop right up.
Try not to confuse it. There is one in Panama City, Panama. That's not me.
Actually, that's a city I did visit at one point, and sampled the local fare there too.
Every once in a while, I'll get some comment that has something to do with that one, not mine.
If you're ever in the Republic of Panama, you get a great steak there.
Yeah.
And you get a great steak here too,
yes,
right?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Now you don't give any ratings to restaurants, or will you? How does a restaurant get on your tour? I guess that's my question.
I actually go and seek you out. Usually, I have a couple of people that want to be on my food tour, but I have to have an opening. So, you know, we have 3 hours. You can only fit so much in. I usually allow about 30 minutes at each restaurant.
Wow.
And that way, you know, they get to taste the food, and usually the chefs will come out and talk to you, and you get special treatment that not everybody gets.
Is it like a progressive dinner where you maybe have your entree here and your dessert over there, or you just
I try to get it so that the
everywhere?
First few are more, you know, food related, and then like maybe the third or fourth place is a dessert, and then we always end with either a sample of wine or beer.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah.
Maybe a cigar. I mean, who knows?
Hey, you never know what's going to be added.
That's a wonderful idea. So if a restaurant wants to be part of your tour, they'll contact you, I suppose.
They could. It has to be on Harrison or Beck Avenue, because you have to be able to walk there. My liability insurance only covers a walk.
So it's a walking tour.
It's a walking food tour, yes.
All right,
but it's less than a mile, and you're inside most of the time, so it shouldn't be that bad even when it's hot out.
You wear your walking shoes when you...
Yeah, even if it rains, just take an umbrella. You know, if there's a hurricane, we may have to cancel.
So all kinds of foods, all kinds of people,
Yep.
And it's a walking tour, and we can get in touch with you either on Facebook or just by Googling up your name,
Yep.
A Taste of Panama City.
I have a website where you can book tickets. You can purchase them through Zerv, or you can get a hold of me directly. I'm more than happy to just sell you a ticket, and you don't have to go through the whole Zerv process.
That's great.
But,
well,
yeah.
Lisa Spoon, thank you so much for coming on the show and getting us smart on your unique business that you have.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And we'll be right back after your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hi, this is David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Preventative maintenance is critical to keeping your vehicle running properly. Everyone knows that you need to change the engine oil and do periodic tune-ups, but no one remembers to do the timing belt. The timing belt is part of your vehicle that's located behind the timing cover, and it's not visible when you open your hood. It's a rubber belt just like your serpentine belt or V-belts that are visible when you open your hood. Timing belts synchronize the rotation of the engine's camshaft and crankshaft so that the valves open and close at the proper strokes. Some vehicles have engines that are called interference engines, which means that the valves open and close based off the rotation of the timing belt. Pistons move up and down, valves move up and down. Should that timing belt break while you're driving, pistons continue to move, the valves drop, and there's a likelihood that the piston will strike the valve and either bend the valve or actually puncture the piston. Should your timing belt break while you're driving, it could be a very expensive repair, or it could be a complete engine replacement. Don't be surprised if the shop replacing the timing belt also recommends replacing the cam seals and the crank seals. It's best to spend a few extra dollars to have those seals replaced when you're doing the timing belt, rather than run the risk of getting oil all over the brand new timing belt and have the timing slip. Best advice is to change the engine timing belt every 60,000 miles. I am David Lovett, and that has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hey folks, this is Joshua Brown with Mad Hatter on 23rd Street. Is your check engine light on? If it is, text MADHAT28, that's MADHAT28, to 24247, and we'll check it for free.
Welcome back to the show. I have Pamela Elliott from Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency in the studio today. And you brought some talent with you, didn't you?
We sure did.
Not just your talent, but someone else's talent.
Yes.
Who do we have here? We got Southern Sunday?
Southern Sunday, and they are so amazing. And some of y'all probably know Southern Sunday. You've seen them out and about and around
yeah, I know that guy
area.
TJ. Yeah.
Yeah, TJ.
That's his name, right? Yeah.
That's right. That's right. But it's Kyle and TJ and Alec, and they're just fantastic talent.
I've heard these guys play, and they are super talented.
Yes, they
are.
are.
And they really know how to rock it Southern style.
Yeah. I think they're going to play an original song for you, too, in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So I think it's by Clint Daniels, if I'm not mistaken.
How'd you meet these guys anyway? Did they just come to you, or you found them, or how's all
well,
that work
I
with
met
a talent
Kyle
agency?
first. Kyle actually took voice from us, and he's an amazing singer. And that was the first thing I told him when he came in is, wow, you really got something special. and they are. I mean, they're doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
And you can book them through Elliott Talent Agency.
And how do we get in touch with you to book Southern Sunday?
850-215-6050.
All right, so we've got Southern Sunday that's going to sing I Am is the name of the song.
Yes.
I've heard these guys play it before. I think we're all going to be wowed. You guys, take it away.
Well, I know that it's a small town, rumor mill running around. Yeah, you wonder how I'm doing now. Am I past the rebound? And girl, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna tell you why. Even had a few drunk nights, but if you wonder if I'm alright, I am sitting here soaking up the summertime rays. World's a little brighter here behind these shades. Just chilling here watching these waves. I am finally at the place that I wanna be, mixing margaritas in an ocean breeze. And girl, I ain't just close to over you and me. I am. Trying to make you feel bad, make light on what we once had. Nothing hurt me like that. Girl, you were hard to get past. Another boat just passed by, and this drink could use a little ice. I'd hate to call it paradise. Girl, I hope you're alright, 'cause I am sitting here soaking up the summertime rays. World's a little brighter here behind these shades. Just chilling here watching these waves. I am finally at the place that I wanna be, mixing margaritas in an ocean breeze. And girl, I ain't just close to over you and me. I am. Girl, I am. I am sitting here watching the sun go down and kick back, letting the world go round, less lost and a little more found. I am finally at the place that I wanna be, mixing margaritas in an ocean breeze. Well, girl, I ain't just close to getting over you and me. I am. I am. I am. I am. Girl, I ain't as close to over you and me. I am.
Welcome back to the show. I have Major Tommy Ford from the Bay County Sheriff's Office here to give us some tips about going back to school and how to keep your child safe. Major Ford, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You know, it's back to school.
It is.
And, you know, I know it's crazy in the households now, getting the kids all ready with all the shopping and stuff. And now there's going to be kind of a new schedule for people. And there's going to be some new stuff that just regular citizens, even people who don't have kids, have to look out for.
Absolutely. We're back to school on Tuesday. We've gone all summer without the traffic issues, no buses on the road, no kids at bus stops. You know, the school zones that are usually lighted up to reduce speed have been off all summer. So Tuesday morning is when that ends. And
that's right. So plan your morning commute a little better. Absolutely. Give yourself some time, because like me, I go right past Southport Elementary, and on 77 in the morning, people are zipping into town. And there's a significant speed change when you get to that school.
Absolutely, and the fines are pretty significant for speeding in those school zones. And the purpose of that is to keep kids safe, and we just want to remind everybody as they wake up Tuesday morning, one, to plan accordingly. Everything is usually mayhem for at least the first week until everybody gets their schedules down and some of the kinks get worked out, but also pay particular attention to the school buses that'll be stopping on the roadways and those school zones and traffic in general. You're going to have kids at bus stops where they, on the corners of major intersections where they haven't been. So I know that it will be a change, but we need to all be aware of that to keep the kids safe.
And you got to give yourself some time. Everybody, moms, getting your kids in, build in some more time in the morning.
Absolutely.
Dads, on your way to work, just factor in an extra 10 minutes of traffic time.
Absolutely.
If you're going past the school zone, and even if you're not, there'll be more traffic on the roads, won't there?
There will be, and things usually settle down after the first week or two, and everybody gets back into their new routine. So I would give a little bit of extra time, especially for this first week or two.
Now, another way that the Sheriff's Office is helping to keep our kids safe at school is the School Resource Deputy program that we have here in Bay County. Can you explain that, how that works, and what the benefit is to that?
It's a critical program for school safety and for keeping our kids safe. Sheriff works in conjunction with the Bay District Schools to place a School Resource Deputy, fully certified, full-time deputy who's handpicked by the sheriff to fill this important role, because not just anybody can do that job. In every high school and every middle school in Bay County, we were able to expand that last year in conjunction with the school board to be able to have that coverage in each of the middle schools and high schools. What
are the benefits of having an SRD or a school resource deputy there? Is it that much of a deterrent to have a uniformed deputy on school grounds, or?
It is that, but it's that program is so much more than having somebody to perform a security function at a school. Certainly, in our current climate nationally, there have been some very serious incidents at schools. So it is critical to have at these schools a deputy or an officer to provide for that security, and the primary effect of that is the deterrent effect. They hope that somebody that intends to do something like that, knowing that there is an armed and trained law enforcement officer who, with a push of his radio mic, can summon every resource in the county to respond to that school, will be a deterrent.
Yeah, because crazy people are going to pick a softer target.
Absolutely.
Perhaps, or a terrorist or whomever.
And these guys train, we train during the summer on active shooter drills. They know how to handle those situations, so they're trained and equipped to handle that job. But again, that position is so much more than security or even a law enforcement officer. We've got
to run off to a break, but on the other side of that, I want to explore this school resource deputy position and all the other things that they do beside simple security at our schools. I'm speaking with Major Tommy Ford from the Bay County Sheriff's Office, and I'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Major Tommy Ford from the Bay County Sheriff's Office, and we were talking about these school resource deputies and how they provide security, but they provide so much more than that. They provide a kind of mentorship for the students, don't they?
They do. They're role models and mentors and friends to the kids as well. There's a lot of kids that sometimes don't have anywhere else to turn, and they develop a relationship with the school resource deputy, and they can mentor them through difficult times at school and just be a friend. But at the same time, when they need to put on that cop hat, they can do that.
They can kind of switch gears between counselor and law enforcement, which is really valuable, because you read a lot in the papers, and there's been a lot of high profile stories. That's right, I talk for a living. About bullying.
Yes.
Kids have been driven to suicide tragically, because they've been literally bullied to death. If you suspect your son or daughter is being bullied, shouldn't they tell a school resource deputy?
Absolutely. They should tell either a school administrator or a school resource deputy, because one of the benefits of that program, as well as we work hand in hand with those school administrators to ensure the safety of the students as well as the well-being of the students in issues such as bullying. Now, the district has a pretty strict policy against bullying. They have
There's
training.
zero tolerance toward bullying. And
they have a reporting procedure that they use within the schools. That at each school's website, there's a way to report bullying, and they're very proactive in following up on complaints of bullying. Sometimes that does rise to the level of law enforcement.
Yeah, when does bullying become a crime? I mean, like in my generation, you had all the schoolyard stuff, you know, and it was kind of a rite of passage growing up. Nowadays, the bully can literally follow you home through social media and continue that bullying. At what point does it become a crime?
Well, there's certain criminal acts that can occur that can rise to the level of a criminal act with bullying. You've got harassment and threats, assaults and batteries, and some of the cyber stalking stuff as well that can rise to the level of a crime and put the bully in very serious situation.
Well, Major Ford, we're so out of time it's not funny, but thank you for everything that the Sheriff's Office does for our kids. And these school resource deputies not only protect our kids, they serve as positive role models, and they truly are, as the name implies, a resource to students and parents.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show. And we'll see you next time.